What's going on, guys? Aaron from Top Tier Gaming here, and today is the day Witchcrafter support has been announced. Of course, Mayakashi and Striker support was also announced, which I'm going to briefly go over as well, but I'm most excited for Witchcrafter. If you follow this channel for any amount of time, you'll probably see that I have several deck profiles on the channel, and a set with it against Striker, which was a super good time, but that video was like an hour long. But yeah, I love Witchcrafters and the way the whole deck works, and I'm super excited for support, and I just kind of want to talk about what that support could actually be and what is needed, while briefly going over the other archetypes as well, even though I'm less experienced with them as a whole. Before we get into the video though, I do want to let you guys know, Discord link down below if you want to come hang out on the Discord. It's been growing, it's been doing pretty good, and I have plans to make it even better than it is, so yeah, if you want to check that out, link down below. But let's get into the video. So I want to start by briefly going over Striker and Mayakashi. I'm going to start with Mayakashi because admittedly I have the least experience with this deck. I know it is a zombie-based strategy essentially, and I don't really know that it has like a really good win condition by itself. It needs to be played with other zombie support, in my opinion, to be like something competitive, but they might just want to play pure. Honestly, again, I just don't really know. I'm very inexperienced with this deck, but it's the one I think needs the most support. It feels like it has no sense of self almost. I know some cards just got reprinted in the Mega Tins recently, like Ghost Meets Girl. And yeah, I'm super excited to see what they do with the deck because I think it has some cool artwork and a cool like strategy to it. It's just, it feels really underwhelming, and I'm hoping they get probably the best support of all three strategies because I feel like they needed the most. To go over Striker, so many of you might not know this, like my friends definitely know this, but I really am not a fan of the Striker archetype. I'm sorry if that upsets some Striker players. I think the deck is a cool deck for other people. I just don't want to play it myself. And like, if you follow this channel, you'll know I usually end up playing like the waifu strategies or whatever. Like I play Madolche, Trap Tricks, Harpies. I play a lot of those types of decks, and Striker is one I will not touch. I almost refuse to play that deck. I do not like the archetype personally. However, it's a fan favorite by many, and I'm glad they're getting support. I just don't want it to be obscenely good because Striker is definitely the strongest of these three archetypes already. I don't think it needs anything super crazy. And if Levi was here, which Levi is the resident Striker player at our locals, and you may have seen him on this channel several times, he could definitely tell you what he wants as support. But yeah, I'm not going to delve too much into Striker because honestly, they're a solid strategy. I don't even know what they need or what they want that they don't already have. As far as like their power level, it's sort of, you know, been hindered by the limited and restricted list and not so by card design. So I'd be really interested to see what he has to say about this, and, you know, maybe do a follow-up video, or he can pin a comment, or, you know, I'll see what he wants to do with that. But I want to talk about Witchcrafter, because Witchcrafter is something I do have a decent amount of experience with, and I've played multiple different versions, and it's something I am really excited for support with. And so there's a couple of different versions of Witchcrafter, and which one they want to benefit is gonna, like, it's gonna change based on, like, what version becomes most popular. What support they releases will decide which version is more popular, is a better way to phrase it. There's the Spell Chronicle version, and then there's the version without Spell Chronicle. Recently, I've been favoring the Spell Chronicle version because it makes the core engine much stronger, but the downside to Spell Chronicle is it doesn't like help you build a win condition, except by grinding, because if you take out the Spell Chronicle engine, you get to add more floodgates, which is super good, like Secret Village and Summon Limit, which is unfortunately the current best way to try to get wins with the deck, because the deck on its own is missing a lot of important stuff that I'm not quite sure two cards can do. However, it will be nice to see, and this is where I'm going to sort of get what the deck needs and what I think the deck should have. For me, going second cards is something very important that the deck doesn't have. It is a very heavily spell-based strategy that can run things like Super Poly and Dark Ruler No More, and they can be engine requirements by, you know, being spells that the Witchcrafters can discard without just being good go second cards, but they're not like in engine, they're just very powerful go second spells. I'd like to see almost a Qinglong type spell card where it's not only a +1 when it's engrave. I mean, all the Witchcrafter spells are a +1 engrave, so maybe it does something a little different, but it's also a good form of board breaking. Like Qinglong can banish a virtual world card to target a monster they control and negate its effects. Like Witchcrafter needs something. Maybe it can be sort of in the format of Buy Street, where it's a continuous spell just like Qinglong. I think that would make sense, and it would have an effect that can help you break boards or go second, because the deck just really can't do that. I mean, if your opponent has a board, you can't really just summon a Witchcrafter, go for Heine or Madame Vare, and expect that play to go off and do something. So where I feel like the deck struggles the most is going second by far. It can't. It really just can't without a super powerful go second spell. So I would like to see a go second board break spell card. Not only would this be another name for Witchcrafters, but it would help them play going second. Now, if it has a go first effect with it, I wouldn't mind, but maybe we're asking for too much in one card. It can just be a Witchcrafter spell to discard if you're going first, and then it comes back at end phase as extra advantage, or a spell to discard, and that can be what it does. And then going second has something very good. Maybe instead of a continuous spell like Buy Street, they make it a quick play spell, kind of like, I have my Witchcrafter deck right here, by the way. I came very prepared. Just to remember the name, Unveiling. Yes, I don't know if you guys can see this at all, but maybe make it a quick play like Unveiling, so that it can be used as an interruption, almost like a Forbidden Chalice or Forbidden Droplets-esque form of interruption. I guess we can actually use Widow Anchor, since Sky Striker is also in the set. But yeah, something like that, a form of go second interruption that can like quick play negate something. That'd be really cool in my opinion. And then the second card I think they should get is a new boss monster, which is really sketchy, I think, because if you're a virtual world player, you know one of the biggest problems with the deck is when you draw too much like Vare, Heine, or Aruru if you choose to play her. So too many high-level monsters that don't do anything, and that's a very big like brick component for the deck. But I feel like they need, again, a Heine or a Vare that's better at going second, or just stronger overall, like something very powerful. It just lacks a huge presence on the board. Like, Madame Vare is very good at what she does, Heine is good at what she does, but it's very hard to establish a strong first turn board without floodgates, and even harder to establish a board that can break your opponent's board, right? This is where it sort of struggles. So maybe a mix of like a Madame Vare and an Aruru type card, where Aruru plays the role of like, not an extender, but she's a very easy special summon, and she can come out of nowhere, which I really like, but maybe have a Vare level of sort of interruption. I don't know, it needs something very powerful. And I'm going to leave this in the comment section as well as put in the description, because I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, but the set that's coming in the OCG that sort of releases the support, it's a set that we don't know if it's just 2 cards, or at my time of recording, I don't know if it's just 2 cards or 2 or more cards. We do know that those 3 archetypes are getting support. I don't know if it's just 6 cards. Like, I don't know much about the set. I'll leave links down below for you guys to check that out. But yeah, those are the 2 Witchcrafter cards I would like to see, is like a stronger boss monster and a new spell that can help go second. Because the deck already has a Rhoda, it has a Reborn. Maybe a field spell would be pretty nice, but if we're only going to choose 2 cards, I'd kind of want like a Qinglong type card and a new boss monster for them to go into. And yeah, that's sort of the Witchcrafter support I want to see. Leave down below what cards you want to see, whether it be for Mayakashi, Sky Striker, or Witchcrafter. I almost forgot the namesake of this video. But yeah, leave down below what you would like to see. Maybe list some card ideas, whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I will leave down in the description below all the information that I know in regards to this set. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. This has been Aaron from Top Tier Gaming. Bye, YouTube.